What's going on, everybody? It's Carl here, and today we are going to be replacing the wheel cylinders on the rear for the Saturn. And the reason I am replacing them is because you haven't seen yet, but I tried bleeding the brakes and I can't get the brakes to bleed. Now, if you remember, I have replaced the front calipers at one point in time, and I know they were perfectly bled, and I even checked them again. But for some reason, the pedal still goes to the floor. I'm guessing is one of the seals on the wheel cylinders is bad, and it's just not letting me bleed the brakes out, you know, get all the air out. I mean, they weren't leaking, but, you know, it could be just a slight pinhole that's just letting in air. So it's kind of unfortunate, and it makes me feel like we're starting over again here. But what we got to do, I got the two wheel cylinders here, so I gotta be very careful and get the old bolts, get it unbolted, which that's gonna be difficult because these bolts are severely rusty. And then getting the banjo bolt out, which I'm guessing I'm gonna have to go buy a new banjo bolt as well because they did not come with the new wheel cylinders. So let's just get right into it. I already got one wheel cylinder off, and what I did was I went to the hardware store because you can see this hardware is pretty rusty and cruddy. So I went out and I bought new mounting bolts and new banjo bolts, so we should be a-okay to put everything back together. So I'm gonna finish the driver's side first, and then we'll move on. We'll dismantle the passenger side and reinstall. Side is all back together. You can see all the new hardware we got, so this side is ready to bleed. But first we're going to do the other side, get that all done. On the other side, this side, the passenger side, has been an absolute nightmare for me. So I was able to get one of the mounting bolts out for the wheel cylinder. The other one, I had to take an oversized nut and just booger weld, just get it really nice and hot so it sticks to the head of the bolt so I can get it out. Because the head of the bolt, it was so rusty that it had no shape anymore, and any wrench, any socket was not working on it. And it was incredibly hard to get the welding tip in here to weld that. I mean, it was terrible. And then also, I had the same story on the banjo bolt. As you can see, I welded a nut to the head of that banjo bolt, and I got it to work. I got it to crack and everything, but man, was that hard, because I couldn't, even at the slightest angle of the socket, it started to slip because this bolt's in the way and the head was so rusty. So yeah, this side was just struggle bus, man. But I got both of them cracked, so I'm gonna get the banjo bolt out, and then we can pop this off, and then we can replace it and get all new hardware in there, and this side will be done. And then we'll go on to doing the oil change. Passenger side is all back together, and we're ready to bleed this side as well. I know I'm by the heater, but for the oil change, I just picked up some cheap oil and a filter from Napa, so we should be good to go on that. And let's go find out, since I have my car serviced all the time, let's see how tight they ugga-tugga my drain plug. I got the oil change done. The drain plug actually wasn't on very tight at all, so that's good. I mean, it was, they didn't really torque on it or anything, but the oil filter was definitely, that was an issue. They put that thing on way too tight, but that's all good. We got it all squared away. We got fresh oil in it. All we got to do now, you always put the sticker in the windshield. I know I got a couple left, so I'm gonna go do that real quick. And just like that, we got the sticker on the window. And that's gonna end the video here. Thanks for watching, everybody. So just to recap, we replaced the wheel cylinders and we did an oil change. Next video, we're gonna be doing the front struts and bleeding the brakes. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one.